Hey guys, Bearded Bricks bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be talking about Stud.io, what it is, how to get it, what can you do with it, and more importantly, why do you want it? I'll tell you right now, Stud.io is a program you guys can use to build whatever you want, mocks, modify official Lego sets, and then export it to Bricklink. And it's also how a lot of creators submit things for all the tournaments and the giveaways you see Lego and Bricklink do online. It's a program that allows you to build instructions, build things that you want, mocks, sets, etc. And then you can also upload them for everyone to use on Rebrickable or Brickowl. It's definitely something I recommend you guys look at. But we're gonna be talking about that today. And hopefully by the end of today's video, you guys will be a little bit more informed. And I can also show you something pretty cool that I made. I may start making videos like this on the channel where I can build smaller things and just give the instructions out. And if you want to buy them, the piece count or the pieces will be included as well. But let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. When you guys are finally ready to look into Stud.io, you're going to open up your browser of choice and go to Google or Bing or whatever search bar you want to use. And you're going to type in stud.io. You can do Stud.io Lego, doesn't matter. When the search comes up, you guys are going to see, obviously, Studio Download Bricklink. This is the first one. You can also use the second link here as well. And both of these will work. You just click on it. You'll accept the cookies. And you'll see that you have the Studio download for Windows. I believe it's also supported by Linux as well, and just shows you simply what you can do. It shows you can get the instructions here and how you can go through, and it's a whole tutorial here on the webpage itself versus what is on the application itself. You can actually render this so you can see what it looks like in real time as well. You can get a reference image. You can do 3D sculptures. You can make mosaics as well. It makes building and then getting the pieces and finding out what is real and what isn't a lot easier. But let's go ahead and get over to the program because I already have it installed. Jumping right into the program, you guys will see here, this is the first thing you guys are going to see. There's going to be some prompts for tutorials. I recommend you do them just so you understand the UI. Obviously, some of these elements are movable like this. I can move this panel out so I can see more of slopes, bricks. I can look through individual pieces. It does help if you guys have part numbers, just FYI. Now, one of the really neat things is obviously if I want to put like, I want to put a brick down, I can click on this. It'll show me all the colors that are available for that piece. And I'll click this one, put it down, and bam, it's there. Control C, Control V, it gives me another one. I can place a couple of these. Obviously, it does take some time to learn what you're doing, but obviously you can see I just put one underneath on accident. If I move it back over here, you guys will see I have this. If I go over to scroll down to plates a little bit, got arches here, we got wedges, we got plates, and I want this 4x4. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it on top, and now if I hold right click, you guys can see that I've actually put them on top. I'm gonna move these over so that all four corners are supported equally. And boom, I made a little table. I can make some chairs I really wanted to. But giving you guys a larger example of what you guys can do, I use this program to plan my city out a little. Jumping into my city view here, I was working on seeing how much train track I need to fully support a full round table for my Lego build that I'm going to be doing for Brookfield, Virginia. So it's definitely one of those things that it does help you see how much rail track you will need to fit small and large gauge trains. You can also see how many base plates you want. Obviously, I'm doing the 32 by 32, but more importantly, you guys see how I have these 16 by 32s here. Pay attention to that because this next part is really, really cool. So for some time, I've been using a gentleman named Sir Charles. He's a mock designer on Rebrickable, and he actually made a bunch of mills plates that I really enjoy. I'm using them for my city. His link will be down below to his page, so you guys can support him, give him some follows and some likes. I know that he'd probably really appreciate it. The one thing I want to point out is that for my city, I really didn't need full 32 by 32s for all of my like plates. It doesn't really work too well for me in my instance because I wanted to have a smaller single train track going through my city. So what I do, I took one of his pages, one of his railroad mills that he made, looked at the instructions, looked at the piece numbers that he had, and I looked at his build process. And I said, well, I like what he has, but let's cut it in half. So I took what he made and I reiterated it several times until I got to a build that I liked. Jumping into the final version here, I ended up with something like this. And this is his Mills Road plate, condensed without guardrails, without the bumpers for cars to watch out for. But I wanted this just because it was something neat. I can have it in my city, the train can run through it, and it'll work. And the cool thing is this program will tell you if there's any touching pieces, anything that is going to run out of the way, poor collisions, you can turn snapping on and off. What the really cool thing is, once you guys have this all fully built, you know, you have all your piece numbers and everything, you enter them all in, and you start through and start playing with it until you find a design that you really like, you can actually see what it looks like. So if I click instructions here, I say okay, you guys will see that I got the green base plate here. I can go to step 2, zoom out a little, step 3, 4, 5, and so on. And you end up getting the ability to make this so that it's really easy to follow for people to enjoy, and if they want to build it themselves, they absolutely can. And what's one of the other really cool things about this is that when you guys, another really cool thing is you can actually look at it what's like as a page. So if you were to make like a PDF for it, this is what it would look like. You know, you'd have the little pieces up here. Obviously, I can increase the scale on this just a little bit so it's not in the way, but you can see, you know, I got one base plate here, and we got the base plate. Obviously, this is why it's on this, like in the Lego books, because the base plate takes up a lot of space. If I jump this down, you guys can see we have page 2, 3, and it highlights what pieces you're putting down where. It's 5, 6, 7, and so on. You just can go through the entire build. It makes it really easy for people to do. I prefer larger steps, so like 16 pieces here. You know, got a lot more pieces on each side of these. I think it's absolutely just easier to do it that way, at least personally for me. But it's all pretty cool. And then once you guys have this, you can export this as a PDF in the top right. Or one of the really cool things is, like, let's say you were building stuff just for your own. In the top right corner here, you can sign into your Rebrickable account, and you can actually upload it as a wanted list. And that's something that I think is crazy cool. And I actually went through and uploaded this to my wanted list, and I found out the one from Sir Charles is like $35, $40. A little bit more outside my price range because I need 2 of these. That'd be $60. If I wanted to make just this right here on the 16 by 32, it only cost me $17. So for 2 of these, it's $35. I get exactly what I want, and I can order it, and they will be here next week. I'm just waiting on parts. There seems to be some shipping issues right now in the United States because I'm waiting on stuff for my Andor video, and I'm waiting stuff for this as well, and it's just taking a long time. But I wanted to show you guys Bricklink Studio. I think it's a really cool program that you guys should be using if you're planning out a large build like I am. It's something that's super helpful. It's a program that's completely free to use. You can also import Lego sets that exist as a palette. So if you wanted to take sets that already exist, and then let's say you had 2 of them, you import 2 of them into a build, those are all the pieces you have, and it will subtract from those builds so you know how many pieces you have left. It's a really useful tool Lego's made. It's completely free, and I definitely think you guys should give it a try and just see what your imagination can make. If you guys want me to start posting videos about Bricklink Studio and some of the builds I'm doing, I can absolutely do that. Just let me know down in the comments below. As always, everything I've referenced in this video will be down there. Please support those people. Please give them likes, follow them. They are far more creative than I am. I am just trying to tiptoe myself in this kind of new world that I just discovered. And as always, I've been Bearded Bricks. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. Don't forget to like, subscribe with the notification bell so you guys can see all my future uploads and updates on my Lego City and Star Wars content that's coming soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one.